All right, so Honda Element, this is a 04, so first gen Element, rear, upper adjustable control arms. Also, it's worth noting, use jack stands. I've got a jack and a jack stand, but use a jack stand so then you can use your jack to pick this back up. All right, we're switching out the upper control arm for some adjustable ones, trying to get rid of our camber wear. Let's break this guy loose here. All right, so for the rear one, you want a 12 point. It's the only thing that's gonna give you enough like room to bite onto it, and then just use a breaker bar. The 6 point is not gonna, you're gonna have to spin it too much to get it to grab back on. That one, there we go. That'll break it loose, and then just put it on your socket. Because pretty much nothing else fits up in there. Okay, go back the other way. All right. What you want to do is, they're both 17s. You're also going to pull this bracket for the brake line off. The only way you can get this upper one, you want a 12 point short 17 millimeter on a breaker bar. You're going to come up and down. So your breaker bar is going to be in here like this. And you can get enough, hopefully you can see that in there, and you can get enough leverage to push it back, break it off. Or on the passenger side here. Take these out. You can get an impact on this one if you wanted. Also, full honesty, this side of the bolts, they're welded, okay? No impact's gonna break them off. Don't be like me and keep trying to rail on them. I was like, man, why is my short stubby one not breaking them off? Let me try the big one. Okay, 1,000 foot-pounds, nothing. And then I'm like, wait a second. These are welded on there. So, yeah. Fail. And you can probably use a flathead, but if you'll see these brackets here, they're just a A-frame bracket. So if you squeeze the outer side, it'll pull through. Kind of have to squeeze and then push down. You can also use a flat blade to assist or something where you just squeeze and push it out. And then it'll go. Also pull the back side. Kind of hold it there. There we go. You can see there, it just pops right out. And then on the new one, it'll actually clip into this piece here. I'm just using an adjustable to help. You could use a flathead as well. Just kind of press it out. Once this comes out of the threads, which are on the left side, it'll just jump out. There you go. Same thing here. Pry that bolt out. Okay, you can see this side is loose. Just pop that out. And there's actually not that much wrong with this thing. Let's see if you can see here. There's a little bit of play. I don't really know that these were bad, but I know that you can't adjust these. So let's put the new ones in there and go from there. Before you put the new ones in, just want to go ahead and kind of match them up. Just adjust this out. So that is matched. We're going to go a little bit past it. Just a little bit past. And then lock these guys down. I'm not going to go ham with them because, you know, the alignment shop's got to make the final say. But I will say, before you go ahead and lift the other side up and install this one, go ahead and get your other one out and just match it to this one. That way, side to side, you're at least even. And then just make sure your bracket here is, because this will spin, make sure it's on the same side. And then tighten everything down. Just match that here, and we'll tighten everything down. So lock these into there. And obviously the new ones, don't have this piece here, so they come with this. So you'll just put the old bolt back through and then put the nut on top on the other side. So on this end, down here where my wrist is, it has this piece welded on, and the new ones don't. So it comes with this, so you'll put on there. And then this one is welded to the top assembly up there, so you don't have to do that. Okay, it's kind of on there. And then just again, push that in there. Okay, I take that back. You do not have to be the Hulk to do that. So just as long as you have a jack stand there. Impressive. Fancy. It's not that bad. Now obviously you need 17. Okay, so that actually is plenty just with holding this with your finger to lock it in. Okay, we're good there. Now we'll just go ahead and put this bracket back in place, supposedly. All right, so this bracket is not wanting to push this in. You can actually see, hopefully, as I'm putting it on, it's scraping right there. So you could probably shave that. I'm just gonna, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I'm just gonna zip tie, put it on there like this, and then run a fat zip tie across the middle. Okay, here's what you don't wanna do. Don't do what I did. You don't wanna cinch the brake line in there. Let's take that off. Let's try this again. Okay, so now, and this doesn't have to be crazy. You're just wanting to, you're just keeping this up in place. You're not having to have it be cinched tight. Okay. There. All right. Pull this tight as you can. And then there we go. And I am going to put a second one just because, you know, so you have it. We'll do it. This one from the other side. Just because. Okay. Again, just to hold that bracket in between those two clips. Clip A, clip B, clip Joey and clip Jeffrey, holding it together. So now that we've got this on, torque that if you want. Get these locked down here and then put these back on, tighten that. Let's go ahead and throw the wheel back on. And I'll show you. I'm starting to have a little bit of inner camber wear on these. Maybe it'll show. I can feel it. You probably can't see it. So I'm gonna, after I get in alignment or right before, I'll have it rotated. Let's just put that on just a little bit. Okay, not trying to go tight with it. Now, let's try to get this guy up. Okay. Maybe a pressure on the ground. Oh yeah, much better. This camber is in, and that one is straight up and down. So I'm sure I'll have to go back in just a little bit, but they can do that at the alignment shop. If you want the ones I'm using, these are just the KSP brand. It's the only one that pops up. They're blue. You can also get the Element 44. You can get the regular ones if you want, but I think these were like $67 on Amazon. I'll leave it in the showcase description, whatever. All right, now we're finished. So now you can see it's nice and straight. Once we get the alignment done, this will actually, I'm gonna have them take it a little bit that way probably, because this one I went a little too crazy on it. But now we're nice and straight. That's how I'd prefer it, just a little bit, and nice and straight up and down. Now we can save the tires. Let's see. We've got new sway bar end links. We've got new sway bar bushings. There, sway bar bushings, sway bar end links, and new upper control arm adjustables. And other than that, I like it. If you have any thoughts on it, let me know in the comments below. But I appreciate you guys.